Hey guys, welcome to the channel. And today I'm going to be focusing on the jpdb, which is a spaced repetition computerized system that is based on the dialogues that appear in anime. So it's really great. We will enable people to study animes, absorb the content, and break down how the language comes to them, and as they gives them a process of learning it. And today, my guest will be my good friend Sean Dodd, who is a long time, about 10-year now, student of the Japanese language.
You just want me to kind of explain what I've got going on here?
Tell me and everybody what you've done, and walk us through so that if I don't want to be a burden, but as much as possible where we could use
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. So it is tricky. But depending on your like I guess your technological literacy, it can be harder or easier. I had it took a little bit of figuring out for me also. But basically, this is an SRS system, spaced repetition system. So it's the same as like Wani, Kani, and Anki. It's the same technology, it's the same psychological principle. But what it does is it takes this and adds it to a database. So if you look here, I've been studying for a little while now. And it points out that I know, and that means that I have like a certain level in my SRS uh of like my cards, like the card is at a particular level, 2,745. I'm learning 106. And the total non-redundant vocabulary is 2,718. And what happens is, as you study these cards, the database gets bigger and bigger. And as you'll see here, like vocabulary, my known for this episode is 64%. As you do more and more episodes, um, it accounts for it, and you gradually see this number increasing until hypothetically you will get to a point where you just click on an episode in a particular realm, say like all you watch is high school anime. Eventually, you'll only be getting like one or two new words um, an episode
Hmm.
because you'll have exposed yourself to all of the language that's common for that type of entertainment in that medium. Um, so that's kind of the general concept. If you look here, I have 81 new vocabulary and I have 202 new vocabulary words. So what I do is every day I do my reviews. And when you finish your reviews, you do a certain number of new vocabulary words a day. For me, that's 20. I find that with that, if I do it every single day, it takes me about 30 minutes to complete all of my reviews and do 20 new vocabulary words. So in 10 days, I will finish this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and move on to the next episode. Um, all the while, this number here increases, and it just gets better and better. And as you get new vocabulary words, if you know the word, you just click that you know it. So there's no sense in which you have to relearn a word. Um, which is something, for example, that happens in WaniKani. If you use WaniKani, you kind of have to start over. You can also import your WaniKani card status into JPDB if you have WaniKani.
Hmm.
Um, that's a thing you can do. But yeah, so
Would it
I do
be
that.
would
Go
it
ahead.
be would it be at all feasible or doable or whatever to take us in and just show like how the review process would look just for a few minutes?
Yeah, sure. So if I click on review, so this is title. Which if I had to think about it, I guess this would be like, I'm pretty sure the word in this particular card wants title to be used as like position.
Hmm.
Title. yes, so it's position, but it's your attitude,
Yeah.
right? That's actually attitude is
Yeah.
really the more relevant the relevant of them. So I kind of had to think about that. So I click OK.
Okay.
Utsuru, to be photographed.
Hmm.
So that was pretty easy. So I click easy.
Okay. By the way,
Um,
the last one you clicked OK. Why
yeah.
wouldn't something have been a good choice? Because you kind of knew something, but it might not have been great, but something was there. Why not that?
There was just kind of my own like way of approaching it, like my own like the feeling that I had with it. I made like a snap judgment where I felt more comfortable clicking OK than easy.
Something
I
would have
got
been just a little bit of a trace of knowledge, and you thought you had more than that.
well, it's like the reason I did it is because I had a feeling that it was attitude.
Hmm.
But I did one of like I really was hesitating, is this attitude or is it position? If saw it and I thought, oh, this could be attitude or position, I would have clicked easy.
Okay.
But I had that hesitancy, so I did okay.
When would you do something?
What?
When would you click something?
What do you mean?
Well, okay, let's do this. Okay, so
Okay.
I actually don't know sudo. I don't know this word. So let's click it.
Uh, I
Maybe you
think
know.
this. I
Maybe
think
you.
this is quickly.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not quickly, it's gently.
Okay.
Um,
So what are you going to go for? Don't click it, but just tell me what you would do.
um, at this point, I'd click nothing,
Okay.
the nothing tab.
Okay. Okay. So it
Um,
goes from bottom. So nothing is the lowest, and something is a little higher.
yes, yes,
Okay. And
and
then
you
hard is a little bit better. Yeah.
yes, and there's also these. So if a word gets by you and you really do actually know it, you
Hmm.
can click it. You'll never forget it.
Okay.
Um, or you can blacklist it, which is just taking it out of your
Okay.
which I only blacklist things if they're like redundant words or if
Mhm.
they are if the system accidentally took the reading and got the wrong meaning.
All right.
Um, but that doesn't happen very often.
Cool.
So with
Anything
that,
else you want to tell us? Anything else you think we might need to know?
yeah, well, I'll say this too. Well, I mean, I think this is a very effective tool. But it's best used like there is no one tool that you need to use a language.
Hmm.
It has to be tandem with other things.
Sure.
Um, in my particular case, what I will do is I will spend about 45 minutes to an hour after I do this, um, going over the episode on Netflix. I
Hmm.
always pick an episode on Netflix that has the Japanese closed
Hmm.
captioning available.
Hmm.
And I will make it my goal to understand every single sentence unless there are more than three unknown words, which doesn't happen very often. But I make it my goal to understand every sentence with the other goal of doing my best to find the vocabulary that I was just exposed to
Hmm.
and see how it's working in context.
Okay.
Um, and what I found is this is very effective. If you do this, I find that your brain automatically will stick to some words more than others because your brain is like a picky eater.
Hmm.
But what I found is that I end up getting words in that recognizable status very quickly. The place where like you are in public and you see a word on a menu and you look at it for a second and then you realize you know it.
Hmm.
It's very good for putting things in that sort of it's like giving your brain fuel for, recognizing it in real life and getting acquainted with it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Unless you have anything else, well, I yeah, I think you've told us how to use it and how it's useful. Would you
Yeah,
mind if I take the host now and jump into my deck and show you kind of where I am with this thing?
yeah, that's perfectly fine.
All right, so here's me.
Okay.
So I have studied an anime called Summertime Rending, and I had watched 25 episodes of that thing. So, and I was just making well, using a digital flashcard thing on my phone and going through every slide and every scene and making sure I
Uh-huh.
understood them. And new words I would check and put them
Uh-huh.
in a flashcard thing, right? And
Okay.
so I know the anime. I'm quite familiar with it. So I was like, oh, this is great. They have it in here. So
Uh-huh.
what happened? Like I chose it, but it's just giving me all kinds of stuff. Like, what the hell is this?
Uh-huh.
Why is this in here? Force of nature. It's giving me kanjis like I learned like years ago. Why is this?
Okay. So this is another aspect of JPDB that I myself don't utilize, which is that it incorporates Heisig's remembering the kanji
Mm-hmm.
into its system.
Okay.
So yeah, if you've never done Heisig's remembering the kanji, it will have actual kanji, and then it will also have you memorize components. And then it'll give you like a mimetic. It's a way of trying to get you to remember the kanji. Personally, if you go into settings, you can turn the kanji cards off entirely.
I would like to do that.
Um, which is
Let's
what I did.
let me do this
I
now.
find, yeah,
Well, how do I do that? I just went to
scroll down.
settings. Okay.
Yeah, just scroll down.
Kanji learning. So it's definitely enabled.
Yeah, so you'd just turn it off.
This one. Maybe all
Yep,
these.
yep. There
Okay.
you go.
Save
Done.
settings.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let me see. Can I see what happens now?
Now this is wonderful.
Okay. So
So
start reviewing. Is that that's what you would do?
yeah. So I've also noticed it looks like you have the whole series
Yeah.
in in one deck.
That's not probably not good. Yeah.
Personally, I find it easier to go episode by episode.
How do I change it?
So click on Summertime Render.
Not sorry. Okay, this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Go to the menu button to the right.
Okay.
Click delete this deck.
Okay. Just
Okay.
delete it. Delete it away. Yeah.
Yep, that's fine because you're going to get those words back in just a second anyway.
Okay.
So go to built-in deck
Uh.
on top.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Summertime
Time. Is it rending? Rendering?
render.
Okay. There we go.
Uh, you click summertime render.
Yeah. Now what?
Show details.
Add as a
So
deck.
you'll just scroll down a little.
Episode one. Add as a
Yep,
deck.
yep.
Add as
Just
a.
add episode one.
Okay.
So you have the same five words you did, but now you know when to move on to the next episode a little bit more effectively. It kind of helps you keep track of your progress a little more too.
Okay.
So I would go to the reviews and let's just go through these five reviews and
Okay.
then
Okay. Where the reviews?
oh yeah, just go to the learn tab. It's at the very top.
Start
And
reviewing.
click start. Yeah.
Okay. And Nimbudi. I know this
Yeah.
means it's like been 30 years, right?
Yeah.
It's been 30 years. Okay.
年ぶり。
Okay. Well, I know that, and I would say easy.
Okay.
Oh my, that's easy. That's a way to say
Yeah.
you.
お前、
Now, but
お前
do
や
you
るじゃ
feel
ん。
like you feel like you know that word?
Yeah.
So it's a question. Do you feel like you know it well enough to just click easy or to just say you already know it?
I should have done. I should have done. I already know it. It's too late now. But anyway.
It'll
Oh,
come back around eventually.
okay. This is Sheol, right? It means tide, doesn't it? Tide.
潮。海に近づいてきたんだね。潮の香りがする。
I probably had to think about it a little bit, so
Uh-huh.
maybe it was okay or
It's whatever
not.
you're comfortable with.
Well, I think it's something like okay, not hard, but okay. Okay, tsumudu, that's right at the beginning. Yeah, just to wake up, just to when the eyes open up.
つむる。
Oh, to close. I got it wrong. Oh, that's when you go to sleep, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I was wrong. Okay, so I
But
would do,
you're pretty close.
but I didn't know it
So
exactly.
you do something.
Okay, I think I got it.
Yeah.
This is
You knew it was about
great.
the eyes. It's just I said open
Yeah,
instead of close.
this has to do with slapping, I think, isn't it? 目ありさん、Tom was ping ping to stop. That means to slap, I believe.
ビンタ。メアリーはトムにビンタをした。
Okay, so now instead of easy, I could also just say I know it, right?
Yeah, if you think you know it and you're not gonna
No,
forget,
it's not that good yet. So it may be
then I
easy.
click easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I got it, man.
So then let's do some new vocabulary. Let's
Okay, cool.
go through that.
Now what do I
See how
do
that-
now? Keep what? Keep on going or?
You just yes, you click keep going.
Okay.
開ける。トムは目を開け、メアリーを見た。
Totally easy. I'll never
Yeah.
forget this. I'll never forget this.
All right. So
Okay.
there you go. And this doesn't count as one of your 20.
Say what?
The only ones that it only counts as satisfying your 20 cards a day if it's you don't know it or you may forget it. So what that means is like I go through like 30 or 40 cards a
Mhm.
day maybe because like 10 to 20 I already know and the database just takes note and says, okay, oh, he knows that word. And it'll never come up again.
Okay.
So like the word you just did will never come up again.
Okay. Because I clicked what?
Because you clicked it, you'll never forget it.
Never forget. Okay, clear enough. This word, I don't know this word. So
I've never
yeah,
seen that either.
I don't know. I don't know this. That's what I do. Yeah. What else? It just down
know
would
it.
be I don't know. Okay. There's that word again, tsumudu,
Yeah.
which means to shut.
つむる。
Okay, so it's getting kind of easy now, I would say.
Okay.
変。これは変だ。
I'll never forget this word. I've known it for
Easy.
years.
Yeah.
That's what I would want, right? Never forget.
Yep. That's
I
what I would
am-
click.
彼女は危うくトラックにひかれるところだった。
I've seen this word, but because I'm having trouble using the database, I just kind of stopped. But I don't really know this that well. It's just kind of so-so.
Okay.
Ma-
So
I don't even really know it. It's sort of between these two.
if you saw it, would you be able to say what it means if you thought
Well, it
about
looks
enough?
like Abunai. It looks like dangerous, right? But that's not,
Yeah.
well, but it's a different pronunciation of that word.
Yeah. Yeah, then I would just click I don't know it then. I've never
Okay.
heard that word before.
人生。人生は美しい。
Never forget known that word for 20 years.
終了。会議は終了しました。
I know this too. I hear it all the time.
Yeah.
I think I got the
つく
idea.
トム、着いたよ。
I know this. Never. That's easy.
落ち着く。私は落ち着いています。
Never.
俯瞰。経営者には企業全体を俯瞰する目が欠かせない。
I don't know this word.
初めて。
This-
日本は初めてですか？
Easy.
生まれて初めて。先日生まれて初めて魚
That's
釣
a
りに行
cool
った。
phrase. I don't use this phrase, but when I hear it, I would know it. But I'm just going to say, I know it.
Yeah.
間もない。
I don't know this word. This
Yeah,
is so cool.
あの日って飲んでたの？ と。
Okay, I got the idea. Unless you want to show me something else, I think I've learned a lot from this. It's great and improved how
No.
I got it set up.
So it's perfect though, because now, like after this, you would go, so you finish it, and then you go to Netflix and you're watching it, and you're just getting yourself really acquainted with it. Because sometimes it'll have like lots of different things that it could mean based on context.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see it, how it's actually being used in context, it's like lightning. And then the next day, when you're reviewing it, you remember it. You remember the scene in the anime. And
Really
it's like
good.
you're back and forth, back and forth, back and forth
Yeah.
until eventually you've gotten it right enough times to where it's not going to show up for like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. Well, this is really helpful information for language learners. Okay,
Yeah.
お疲れ様です.
Thank you.
Okay, じゃあね、お疲れ様です。